or it could turn counterclockwise. Which is to the left. Okay? All right. So, and then we go through the rules. So this is how it works. So, counterclockwise. Let's see, I'm gonna start right here. Since mine has something. 90 degrees is the same as clockwise of 270 degrees. And that rule is XY rotates and becomes the opposite Y and then X. Okay? Whether I turn 180 degrees counterclockwise or 180 degrees clockwise, it's the same thing. So that's XY, and that's going to be opposite X, opposite Y. Okay? 270 degrees counterclockwise is the same as 90 degrees clockwise. That's going to be X, Y rotates and becomes Y and opposite X. So those are the three rules that you would have to remember. Okay? Those are the three rules you would have to remember. All right, is there any questions on that so far? All right, I'm assuming y'all did 1 and 2, right? Okay. Are there any ones that y'all did not do together? Yes. Where did y'all start?
The ones that we have to do along these.
Rotation homework? Is that what's on top of the page? Okay, so that's where I'm gonna go. So I think,
We only have to do odd numbers.
okay, so here, right? On this page, and you had to do the odd numbers. So it says a rotation of 90 degrees counterclockwise. 90 degrees counterclockwise. So what I would have done is I would have taken my page protector. Were y'all using page protectors yesterday?
No.
Were y'all using patty paper yesterday? No? So what was, y'all were just using rules? Yeah? Okay. So I'm going to show you both ways, okay? So if I'm turning 90 degrees counterclockwise, the rule is that X and Y becomes the opposite Y and then X. In order for you to do this, you would have had to pull out every point, okay? So J, what is point J right now? Point J is at 0 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 0 and 5. For me to change this, it's going to become the opposite of positive 5, which is negative 5 and 0. Okay, does everybody see that? So that would be my first point. So negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 0. So I'm going to be here, and this is going to be J prime. Okay, now I'm going to pull out L. What is point L right here? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's positive 4 and positive 5. So when I rotate and it becomes L prime, what is that going to look like? Opposite of positive 5 is negative 5, and then whatever the X is, so that's 4. So negative 5, positive 4. So my L prime should be here. Okay? Then I have W. Right now, W is at 1, 1. Positive 1, positive 1. So W prime is going to become, what's the opposite of positive 1?
Negative.
Negative 1. So it's going to be negative 1, positive 1. So I'm here, this would be W prime. I'm gonna go ahead and connect my points.
Do you have a water resource you can have?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and connect my points. So I should have a figure that looks like that. Now let me show you how I would do this with a transparency. Or, I'm sorry, with a page protector. Okay, how I would do this with a page protector. So on your page protector, I would like you to do this with me. Remember, when we do something on a page protector, we have to trace what first? And those lines. We have to trace the X and the Y axis. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller so I can fit it on mine. Okay? So, on your page protector, I am drawing my Y. I am drawing my X. I am putting the points and the letters. Okay? Does everybody see how I did that? So go ahead and draw your points. Y'all, I promise this is way easier than remembering all of those rules. Okay? So go ahead and draw your X and your Y. Draw your points. If you wanted, you could go ahead and connect your points together. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do, 90 degrees counterclockwise. So I'm going to turn one time which way? To the left. I'm turning one time to the left. What did I get? Didn't I get my answer? Do you see how much easier it is than remembering rules? It gives you the answer. So then I could go ahead and say, okay, W is at -1, +1. Pick it up, put my point. Okay, L is at -5, +4. I'm going to pick it up and put my point. J is at -5, 0. Pick it up, put my point. And then I have my figure. Do you see how much easier that is than remembering those rules on which way you have to turn and when? Okay, so let's go ahead and try 3. 3, I'm going to do with the page protector first. Okay, so let's go to 3. 3, I'm going to do with the page protector first. This could also serve as you checking yourself. If you do remember the rules, if you check yourself using this, you can make sure that you are correct. Okay, so if I take here, I am going to draw my Y. It's absolutely necessary that you do draw your Y and your X so you know you're lining it back up. I'm going to draw my X. I'm going to put my points. What one is this? Okay? I am rotating 180 degrees about the origin. Does it matter which way you turn?
No.
No. Okay? So I'm rotating 1 that's 90. I'm rotating 2 that's 180. That's where I should end up. Yes? So my U should be at +1, +1. My W should be at +1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, +5. My C should be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 and 0. And my K should be at 5 and 1, 2, 3. Is that where you ended up? Yes? Is that where we ended up? Everybody good on that?
Yes.
All right. Let me go ahead and plot that point over here. So let's see, we said U was, or there's something here, right? Something here? I'm trying to go off of what I told you out there instead of having to do it again. So this is what your new figure should have looked like. Yes? Okay. Now it says write a rule to describe each transformation. How did I move from BKR to B prime, R prime, K prime? How many times did I turn? You know what? You could do this on a transparency also, and it makes it a lot easier. So on that page protector, go ahead and draw your X and Y, draw your first figure. Okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna draw the X and the Y here. Okay? I'm gonna draw this, make sure I move my points, and now let's see how many times I turn. I'm turning one time, which way? Counterclockwise, right? So it's either 90 degrees counterclockwise or what's the same as 90 counterclockwise? 270 clockwise. So it's either or. And do you see that's exactly where I ended up? Do you see it kind of gave you the answer? Look, I was here, I turned one time. And it gives me my answer. Okay? So,
I just looked at it and I knew what the answer was.
well, that's fine too. Everybody can't do that. So, trying to give you ways that you can actually see it. Okay, so this is, we said 90 degrees counterclockwise or 270 degrees clockwise. Okay? Any questions on that? All right. What I want you to do is, you still have it. I just have to open up the second document here. It should look like this. This should be your next page, right? This should be your next page. Rotations, finding the rule. It says model each rotation using your, it shouldn't say geoboard, I think yours says transparency. Same thing as a page protector, same thing as patty paper. It is all the exact same thing. All serves the same purpose, okay? So, if I am here, and I need to find the rule, it says rotation of 90 degrees counterclockwise about the origin. All right, what is Q right now? Where is Q? +2 and -3, okay? I want you to go ahead, I want you to draw your X and your Y axis, I want you to draw your figure, and I want you to rotate this figure 90 degrees counterclockwise to come up with what our new points will be. And I'll give you the points that you already had. 2, -3, 4, 2, and -1, 0. So you're tracing your X and Y axis, and then you're tracing your, figure. Okay? So everybody go ahead and do that. I don't know about the X. I want everybody to do this. Yo, this is not something that somebody can do for you. You have to be willing to do it. It is very hands-on. Okay? So I'm here. I want to rotate 90 degrees counterclockwise, which means I'm rotating to the left this way. So this is how I should end up. Does everybody see how I did that? Okay? You're only rotating one time. One time to the left. So once you have it traced, go ahead and rotate it. Yes? Yeah, get yours. Are you leaving at 5:50? We normally do about. I'm gonna try. Yes. Yeah. All right. And we're gonna be on the side by the All right, did we get something?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm.
Let's see.
Turning it right.
Let's see. So we're here. We have to turn left. I'm sorry. You're turning to the right.
The right.
Think about a clock. How does a clock tick? You're going this way, right? So if I'm going counterclockwise,
Opposite.
I have to go to opposite. The opposite of what a clock ticks. So I am going this way. I'm lining up my X and my Y. That's why it's so important that I do draw that. And I am here. So my I prime should be at 0, -1.
Oh, you doing prime? You doing prime by prime?
Yeah, I prime should be 0, -1. Okay? Q prime should be +1, 2, 3, +2. +3, +2. And J prime should be -2, +1, 2, 3, 4. Yes? Is that what we got? All right, let's see. All right, what did we say Q prime was?
The first one.
Q prime should have been 3, 2. Shouldn't have a negative in there. Okay, what should J prime be? -2, 4. And what should I prime be?
0, -1.
0, -1. So my rule here would be -y, x. Okay? All right. We are rotating 180 degrees counterclockwise. Go ahead, trace. Trace your x, y. Trace your figure. Trace your x, y, and trace your figure. Remember, you're tracing it on your page protector. So you're here, you're tracing. This would be Z, this would be C, G, I'm sorry, and this would be C. Okay, 180 degrees counterclockwise. Does it really matter which way I turn it when I'm turning 180 degrees? No. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and turn it counterclockwise just so I don't confuse anybody. So that was 1 time. This is 2 times. So Z should be at 2, 0. G should be at 0, 3. And C should be at 1, 2, 3, -2.
You saying the image or the pre-image?
I'm saying the image. Okay? So that's where I should be. Let's see. Let's see if I can get this right. So I should be here, and that is Z. I should be here, and this is G. And then I should be here, and this is C. So that should be where my new figure is. Yes? Does this make it a little bit easier? This page protector, instead of remembering rules. Remember, y'all, you can use these on the test. Okay? The only difference between the test and the LEAP test is on the LEAP test you will be using this. And I'm about to give you one of these so you can practice with it. We're going to come do another little activity. Okay? Any questions on this? Any questions on this? Do we have a better understanding of it? Okay. All right.